Taylor, I really appreciate you seeing me on such short notice.
I'm glad I was able to make the time.
So am I. I don't really know if you're going to be able to help me with this, but I hope so. It's about my son. It's about Eric Jr.
How old is he?
He's 18 months.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about him?
I'm sure you're aware that his mother and I have separated.
That's pretty recent, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only been a couple of weeks. The fact of the matter is he's having some trouble adjusting to all of that.
What kind of trouble?
He's not sleeping at night, and he calls out for me, and then when I see him, he cries and he has tantrums. He won't even let me hold him.
How was your relationship with your son before the separation?
Oh, I was very close. He and I would always spend time together when I would come home at night. Reading, watching television, just playing. Doctor, this child means more to me than anything else in my life right now. I've got to help him get through this. Whatever it takes, he's my first and only priority until he's better. What should I do?
Jess, are you? A woman who has to live vicariously through her own children? Whose husband left her for a woman young enough to be her daughter? Jealous. You're pathetic.
You know what's pathetic, Sally? A woman that begs and grovels for respect and all the time lies, cheats, steals, and clings to some gigolo. That's pathetic, and that's you. And this town knows it, and everyone laughs at you. I have nothing but contempt and pity for you. Now, I want you to get the hell out of my house.
Contempt? Pity? I'll show you contempt, you... Ow!
Oh, my God!
Ow! Are you nuts? What do you mean throwing me in this pool? What's the matter with you? Why?
Did you really think that I would let you push me in that pool? Come on, I'll help you out.
Don't you touch me! I can get up myself. Don't you touch me!
Sally, there's an oil slick from your hairspray.
What the hell's going on here?
Your mother just tried to drown me. That's what's going on. I'm getting out of here.
Here, Sally, dry off. we have some dry clothes if you need them.
Thank you. But no thank you. I'll be going now.
I'm not even gonna ask what's going on here.
She read my quote in the magazine.
Mother, I'd be careful of her if I were you.
With all the problems I have in my life, the last person in the world I have to worry about is Sally. I don't even want to waste the energy on her. Why are you here?
I just stopped by.
No, you didn't.
All right. Was Brooke here?
Yes, she was.
That's what I was afraid of.
She wants me to tell your father about the letter.
The letter you forged, you mean?
Whatever. Do you want me to tell your father about that letter?
Hi, Brooke. Hi. Is Eric around?
No, he's left the building.
Well, do you know where he is?
He said he had an appointment.
At home?
No, he didn't say it was at home. Why do you ask?
Well, I thought that Stephanie might have called and asked to see him.
Was she supposed to?
Yes, actually, she was supposed to. She has something very important to tell him. It almost goes without saying that broken homes have a traumatic impact on the children involved.
I'm very aware of that, Doctor, especially now.
When the child is older, at least we're able to reason with them, say about the ages of 4 or 5, which is crucial to good mental health.
My boy's not that old yet, Doctor.
And that is where your difficulties are going to lie. Your son is not an infant. He's a toddler. And in the last 4 to 6 months from which he's grown from an infant into a toddler, he's become aware. He's aware now of his surroundings, of the people in his life, of his routines. He's discovering the world. And now, all of a sudden, that world is starting to change on him, and we can't help him understand why, because he's just too little to be reasoned with. All he knows is that he wants his mommy and his daddy together, because that's the way it's always been.
How do I deal with that, Doctor?
Well, we have another difficulty there, because there are no black and white answers. What we need to do is sit down and examine his routines, especially insofar as you and Brooke are concerned, when all of you were together before the separation.
We were always together in the morning. Whoever woke up first would go get Eric and bring him back into the bedroom, and we would play together, the three of us. God, sometimes we'd play for an hour or more, and then we'd all get dressed and then go to breakfast.
So this was the primary time that you spent with him?
That and in the evening.
Okay, why don't you tell me what you did in the evening?
Well, from the time I would get home, he and I would play together. And we would keep that up until dinner time, when the three of us would eat. And then after dinner, Brooke would usually take over for a while, but then we would all of us get back together for more significant time. Again, the three of us, until he went to bed.
That was one very lucky little boy.
Or unlucky, given what's happened. Doctor, what do you suggest? I mean, just tell me.
This is not going to be easy.
I don't care. Whatever it is, I'll do it. I have to, for Eric. Now, what is it, Dr. Hayes?
Stephanie has something important to tell Eric?
Yes, but it's really quite personal, Margot.
You know, Brooke, you've brought me along this far. How personal can it be?
Well, I could tell you this. I really believe that there's a rift about to develop between Eric and his ex-wife.
A rift?
Yes.
How serious?
Serious. I don't think Eric's ever going to look at Stephanie the same way.
Oh, really?
That leaves the field wide open, doesn't it? I gotta go. I'll see you later.
There are a lot of reasons that Dad should know about that letter.
Are there really?
Mother, that letter is the direct cause of Dad's anger towards me.
So you want me to tell him what really happened? You want me to tell him that I hired a handwriting expert and had him forge a love letter from your father to me? You want me to tell him that I gave you and Brooke the letter, and that the letter said that he was no longer interested in her. And so it gave you both a sense of freedom to go off together.
It would sure help him understand why we did that.
You realize, of course, your father would never speak to me again.
That's why I've decided. I don't want Dad to find out about that letter.
Ridge, there's another reason that your father shouldn't find out about the letter. It's a different reason, and it has absolutely nothing to do with saving me.
Oh my gosh, Sal, you fell in a swimming pool?
No, I did not fall. I was pushed. You know, as in shoved.
By who?
Yeah, who did this to you, Sally?
Stephanie Forrest.
Stephanie.
Yeah. And she's gonna pay for it. I don't care if it takes me 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, or the rest of my life. That woman is gonna pay for what she did to me. She is gonna rue the day she ever decided she could tangle with me. This is the last time she's gonna do it, the very last.
Stephanie Forrester says Spectra is no competition? How dare she say such a thing?
Sally, I can't believe it that Stephanie pushed you in the pool. I mean, that's so childish.
Well, it was hardly child's play, Darla. I think the woman tried to drown me.
That must have been quite a little skirmish.
Thanks for the eyelashes, honey. Could I have something to wear, too?
Oh, yeah, Sal, right away.
Sally, you have got to stay away from that Meshuggah woman. She's dangerous.
The whole family's dangerous, with the possible exception of Felicia.
What about Felicia?
Oh, hi. Where'd you come from?
What's going on? Sally, is that you back there?
Yes, it's me.
What are you doing?
Here you go, Sal. It's not exactly elegant, but it's dry. Oh, Felicia, did you hear what happened?
No.
Sally got pushed in the pool by you.
By whom?
By your mother, Felicia. Sally was paying a social call.
Oh, come on.
We have the wet clothes to prove it.
First of all, my mother would not do something like that. And secondly, why were you over there to see her?
Because of this.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this.
Really? What'd you think of it?
Well, given the circumstances...
What circumstances? There are no circumstances.
Sally, you did try to steal the Forrester fabric.
That is pure speculation, Felicia. Can we stick to the facts, please? And the facts are that we just had a very successful showing of Clark Garrison's Summer '92 line. And this particular fashion show was made up of fabrics that we purchased ourselves from our very own designs. There was no hint of stealing whatsoever, and the press and the buyers loved it. So what does your mother do? She slanders us. She gives an interview to a cheap reporter, and there it is, right on the front page. Now, how can you defend that, Felicia? How?
Let's sit down and let's talk this through. The truth is this. It's simple. If you and Brooke had made love because of that letter, I would have gone to your father immediately. If for no other reason than to save your relationship with him.
But that is the reason we did it.
You and Brooke never made love before that letter was written?
That's right.
You're certain of that?
Yes, I'm certain.
I'm not. I know for a fact that you did. I know you made love before that letter was ever written. What motivated you then? I also know that you did it before your father went to Europe, while he was still in town. Look, I'm not trying to bring guilt into play here. I'm not doing that. I'm just telling you that you and Brooke were moving towards one another long before that letter was written. Long before your father went to Europe. You tell me if that's not the truth.
If you really want to help your child...
And I do.
Then you and your wife need to wean him away from his old routines and into some new ones.
How do you suggest we do that?
Well, from what you just described to me, Mr. Forrester, is that you and Brooke spend a lot of quality time with your son every morning and every evening. Now, that's wonderful. That's excellent for a child. But it also happens to be so wonderful that it's not something you can just stop cold turkey.
So what you're saying is that I need to be there with him when he gets up in the morning?
No, the two of you need to be there with him. That's what he's used to.
And then at night?
Yes, again at nights.
How long would we have to do this, Doctor?
I would suggest for several weeks, then tapering off. And you could start with one morning a week. Only his mother is there when he wakes up. And Brooke should make sure that that one particular morning is very special. In fact, it should become something that he looks forward to. Then it would become 2 mornings a week and so on until he establishes a new routine that doesn't involve your presence in the house every morning. And the same would go on for nights.
All right. I'll just have to talk to Brooke about this.
I know it's asking a lot.
Well, it isn't for me, it's for Eric. Brooke will just have to understand that. Thank you, Doctor. Thanks very much.
I think that interview is a little heavy-handed and uncalled for, wouldn't you say so, Felicia?
If Thorne hadn't come over here and threatened you, the Forrester fabric would be on every one of your designs, and we would be in court right now.
You're speculating again.
Okay, I'm speculating, but I think I'm pretty accurate.
Still, with no evidence to back it up, would you have gone on record with the reporter the way your mother did?
There is a history of bad blood between you and my mother.
So that gives her the right to say anything she wants in the press?
No, Clark. It gives her a rationale for doing things that she wouldn't otherwise do. Now, I'm gonna get back to work.
Felicia.
It's all right, Clark. Let her go. I think we've given that young lady something to think about. Don't you?
I don't know how you know that, Mother. But yes, Brooke and I were together before Dad went to Europe. Once. I assume there's a point to this.
Brooke is insisting that we tell your father about the letter, and she's insisting on that because she thinks that's the only reason you made love. The truth is you made love long before the letter was written. Ridge, your father and I are closer now since we've been separated. He's thinking about moving back in the house.
He is.
He's thinking about it, yes. You and I both know exactly what will happen if he finds out about that letter. His relationship with me will be ended forever. You mustn't allow Brooke to tell him about the letter. I have a chance here. I have a chance to rebuild my life with your father. I want that chance. I deserve that chance. You mustn't allow Brooke to take that from me.
Well, is she down in the lab? Look, I know she's in the building because her car's in the lot. No, look, this is very, very important. I want to see her right away. All right. Yes, thank you. There you are.
You were looking for me?
Yes. We have to talk.
Where have you been all day?
I went to see Stephanie.
Well, how did that go?
We had a very pleasant visit.
She didn't tell you anything? Earth-shaking?
Earth-shaking?
Never mind.
Fact is, after I visited Stephanie, I went to see Taylor Hayes.
Why?
Because of this problem we're having with the baby.
Oh, great, Eric. Now everybody knows about it.
Well, Brooke, she's a professional.
Yes, but she's not a child psychiatrist.
She was very helpful.
In what way?
It's very clear what you and I have to do to help Eric Jr.
What?
I'm moving back in with you, effective immediately.